Her body like the Wild Wild West. What if you done found out, yeah? Riding in the big God bless. She's all inferno. It's a hell of a time.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday FUNDAY podcast, the official podcast for Wild Wild West Fantasy Baseball. I'll be your host today, Alien Arms, Chillipack, Cuneiforms, Milkman, creator of the Gallon Challenge, joined alongside Mr. Austin Hardly Lose, Vice President and Operations of the Bubblegut Blender Boys. How we doing today, Hardly?
We're doing good, Alan. How are you doing?
Oh, just another day in front of the screen. You know how it is.
Yes, sir.
All right, we are super excited. Episode number 4 of our standing series. You already know the drill. Worst to first, off-season talk, life outside the lines, leading up to our draft. Little under a month. So today's episode of the standing series is brought to you by Siete Leguas. We drink to forget. That being said, let's go ahead and introduce our CEO of sales on the Bubblegut Blender Boys, veteran manager, future daddy, Mr. Number 2, Nicholas Nonos. Nick, how we doing today?
Doing swell. How about yourself?
Another day in paradise. Can't complain, baby.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So, we'll start things out how we usually do. Tell us how life's going for you outside of fantasy baseball.
Everything's going pretty well. You mentioned it. Going to be having a baby boy here in May, so that's sneaking up on us a little bit. Going to get him acclimated to all the league tomfoolery so we can ease him in a few years to a team of his own. I'll be co-managing, obviously, as well. But
Of course.
yeah, going well. Excited to see everyone for our reunion in just about a month. So yeah, everything's
Perfect.
going well.
Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and segue my question based off of some of your answers there. First of all, congrats on the sex. Super excited. You got a name picked out that we can hear, or is that just gonna be a May Day final release?
Appreciate it. It was my first time. We do. I think I've told pretty much most of the people in the league. Allison might get a little bit mad at me.
That's fine.
It's all right. There's only 12 viewers on this.
Right.
Yeah, you never know. It might end up going viral.
So the meat of the question here is, how do you expect to juggle a newborn baby into your already busy life?
Wait, before you answer, were you about to say the name?
No, I wasn't going to.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Hush mode.
No, I wasn't.
I think
Allison might get mad.
I think we've
Well,
heard.
you
I
already-
think I know. I think I know what the name is, but I don't know for sure.
You over there. I don't want Chris to know.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, don't let him to have anything to know about your child.
Keep
Don't
him
tell
as
him
far
anything.
away as possible.
Literally, he'll probably touch him in his dreams.
Wait, why was I number 2 on the introduction?
Number 2, as in runner-up. Mr. Number 2. Yeah,
Right.
double entendre, bubble guts, doo-doo. I don't know. My brain's really...
No, I mean, yeah, I should be Mr. Number 2 out of the last
Yeah.
3 years, Tom Corey. But
A lot of hieroglyphs, cuneiforms going on in my brain. But yeah, back to the question. How do you expect to juggle this newborn baby into fantasy?
yeah, well, dropping a few things that I normally do actually that start around the time that he is due. I'm not playing in our weekly golf league on Wednesday nights, unfortunately, and even more than that, I'm not playing in our Wood Bat Baseball League, which is usually like Tuesdays or Thursdays and like Sunday. So definitely freeing up some time there.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm expecting to sleep a lot, especially this first year. if he's up in the middle of the night, I'll be up in the middle of the night sending you all offers. Maybe you'll accidentally pull a Carlin and hit accept. I won't be allowing any reversals, and I won't be giving any, half trade backs. So if anything, I think it might help me actually stay on my toes a little bit more, and just get back to the top.
Cool.
I think what helped Henry get through his first year with Liam was finding a farm team with Q. So you might want to try that.
Maybe try Colton.
Get through it a little bit.
No, I don't really like Colton that much. Brock, though, he's kind of my son. I kind of eased him in a little bit with that trade back from 4 to 5. So I'm hoping to get more deals like that from him.
That was a terrible trade.
We'll see, though. Hopefully I don't need any full-on Henry farming type of situations.
All right, well, then we're going to segue into my question for you. My question for you, Nikki, is with a lifetime record of 40-40 in fantasy baseball, is it getting closer and closer to you just being a Jag as a manager? Did the 2 runner-ups just come out of pure luck?
So I think it's a fair question, but I've stated this before and I stick to it. I'm a regular season Jag kind of team. I build myself for the playoffs purposely. I'll gladly take all of your all's injuries of star players and sit on them, squeeze my way into the playoffs, and then make a run with a star-studded team. There's different kind of paths that you can take, whether you go all in on Sunday trade, obviously you're trying to win every matchup, but when you have no regrets of even, putting you in a worse place for weeks to come because you'll figure it out then. Kind of mantra, that's not really where I'm at. I will make a Sunday trade to win, but like I said, I don't really build myself for regular season championships. I'm trying to build the best playoff roster as possible, which I think I've shown that with the 2 out of the last 3 runner-ups. Didn't get the job done, but yeah, it's just kind of my mindset of how I want to build my team. I focus a little bit more on that.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Can you clarify for me and maybe the audience, what's a Jag?
Austin, you asked the question.
Just a guy.
Just a guy. Got it. I like that. I've seen it before, but I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, just an average guy in the league. Nothing crazy.
Just a Chuck.
No expectations.
Just a Chuck.
What was I going to say?
Sorry.
No, it's all good. I lost my train of thought on that question. So we can move on. Alan, do you have any more questions before I do the Sneetches question?
No, I think I've yapped a little bit too much. I think you got the rest of it from here until the last one.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll just roll on to the Sneetches question here. They asked, last year you often complained about your injury luck. These injuries were definitely surprising, given the core of your team was Eloy, Tatis, Stanton, Merrifield, and Mullins, of all whom are regarded for their durability. Will this injury luck change how you draft/manage in 2024?
That's a funny question. I didn't own Stanton nor Mullins till the very end of the year, so that's hilarious. But that is funny. I do like drafting injury guys. I will give you that. I'm definitely gonna try to not do that this year. Eloy Jimenez will not be on my team. Whit Merrifield,
he's a sleeper. He might be a sleeper though.
Whit Merrifield had an amazing year last year, given his.
O'Neal Cruz was another one.
He was never ever hurt before. That was just
that's unfortunate.
Bad luck.
I think you just have that.
That was bad luck. I do attract injuries. I get injured myself, and I have a lot in the past, so I guess it's kind of a thing. But yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna try to focus on that a little bit more. I won't be drafting Starlin Marte nor Eloy, but 2 of those guys you mentioned, I just traded for towards the end of the year. And And Whit Merrifield probably had his best year in 3 seasons. I got him maybe as a pickup. I don't exactly remember, but towards the end of the day.
I guess I'm remember my question that I was going to ask, and it kind of goes back to this. Is you said earlier that you kind of draft or trade for injured players, kind of set for the playoffs for it and everything. But do you think that that strategy is kind of like, obviously it hasn't worked for a championship yet? Do you think that strategy has like flamed out, I guess?
Yeah,
the question.
It's a fair question. It's a tough one because you get to the championship back-to-back years recently, both of which you lose on a steal on Sunday Night Baseball from someone that doesn't steal, and one of them. And then the second one, you bench a steal on a Thursday night because you didn't know if he was going to play or not, if you would have had him in. I mean, it's, it's all hypothetical, I guess. But
don't break the rules now.
I mean, I guess it's not actually hypothetical because it's a fact. If I would have had him in the second back-to-back, he stole a base, I would have tied, and I had the tiebreaker. So, I mean, it's hard to say that it flamed out when I'm just that close back-to-back years. I mean, sure, maybe I could be just a dominant runaway, champion. It's definitely been a while. It's been since the Mild East. There's no hiding from that. Full admit of that. 1991, I believe. But no, I mean, I'm going to play a little bit less draft-wise. Like, I'm, again, no Eloy. I would love to draft him, but I say that now. Like, I'm probably going to draft Machado, and he's coming into the year injured already. But I wouldn't say it necessarily flamed out. Just you get so close, it's hard to say that. And you're a steal away both times.
Yeah. I mean, how bad's it going to hurt if you make it to the championship and you're a runner-up again?
Yeah, I don't know if this is an alley-oop for me to say I'm quitting the league, but that's pretty much what it would come down to.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me do your top 3 and bottom 3 for your rankings. But to make this a little bit more interesting, we're just going to exclude Carlin from the bottom 3 because I think in every scenario that I give, no matter if it's good or bad, Carlin's going to be at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just say it's the other 10, I guess, not including yourself. And for yours, your top 3 is who would you be okay with babysitting your future child, and who are your bottom 3?
Oh boy.
Brand new newborn, maybe like 3 or 4 months old, and you all have to go somewhere in emergency, and you got to call these 3 people. Who are the 3 people you're calling from the league? And who are the 3 that you're absolutely not?
Henry for sure, because he would be most recently have had a newborn. Actually, probably the only one that's ever dealt with one. If I am not mistaken. That's a fucking hard one. I don't trust any of you fucks. Definitely. Well, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go bottom now. I can only think of one positive. Brock would be a no. I only say that I'm not sure if he's ever been around a kid before, like a newborn.
I was about to say, I can't imagine Brock holding a baby.
Yeah, that seems a little bit like down the line for him. Also, he's way too busy he would either be on Rose Island delivering someone's mail or at the casino playing cards. So he's a no. Carlin, obviously, we're not mentioning him. Who's someone that doesn't get a lot of love in these? Colton. Actually, as much as I hate Colton, I would let him. He has a nephew recently, His sister had a kid, and he seems like really good around him. So there's a yes for that. Chuck, definitely not. I don't care about the cats. I just worry that he's like not completely fit. Like maybe when he moves to Louisville, I might allow him to do that, but he's been kind of putting that off. So Michael Coates, definitely not either. On the surface, you would think that would end well, but it just kind of like I don't really trust the guy completely. He's kind of a commie.
Preach.
And yeah, is that it?
I think you're missing one.
Works. Oh, yeah,
the
you're
top
missing
three?
one top.
Oh, one top. Dawson, no, he'd be too stoned. Graham would be too stoned. Austin, you live too far. Orms, you're definitely too stoned.
Hey, you want to know what's crazy? I stopped.
Yeah, but you're just like on another planet.
It's been 4 weeks. It's been 4 weeks.
Who we got left? Connor, maybe. What am I forgetting? Is that everyone?
I think that's everyone, yeah.
I'll let Connor. I think his sister-in-law and might be pregnant. I don't know. I might have made that up. She's friends with my sister. His brother might be having a kid or had a kid. So Connor, Henry, and Colton, and then no to Brock, Coates, and Chuck.
Why not Hardley? Isn't he a stepdad?
Oh, yeah. No, see, I'm thinking specifically newborn only. If you were like...
I do see my nephew very, very often.
Like a preteen?
A
I mean,
preteen.
he's
Harley, preteen? Austin would be right at the top.
we do take care of Bree's nephew every now and then. He's a 1-year-old.
Oh, I think I have seen some snaps. He's a little cute.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. A little cutie.
Oh, I try to not, like, it's obviously easy just to say people who are on the pod.
Oh, yeah, I know. I don't.
So,
All right,
yeah, Nick, I got a quick bonus power rankings I need from you, okay?
oh, yes.
From most important to least important. I'm going to list off 5 points here, okay?
Okay.
Allison, newborn baby, career, climbing stairs, and making the playoffs.
Damn.
That's tough.
That's actually wild.
Think smartly about this one.
You have no. I don't think you can win this one.
Is this getting aired? Damn.
Yeah. Let's say yes.
Stairs first for sure.
Okay. I like it.
Allison second. Baby right behind third.
Career and making the playoffs.
Playoffs fourth. Career last. I'll fucking.
Fuck the job. Yeah.
I'll go.
Quit your job.
I'll come back and dash. With
Come
you.
back and DoorDash with
Just
me,
like
bro. We can
DoorDash
just drive
is
one
always
car.
there, ready to go.
You make some stacks on there on a good night.
On God. I love it. All right, well, we're going to jump quickly. Nick, let's hear some of your bold predictions, either for yourself or anyone else in the league.
Yeah. Okay. I've got a few. I think Graham has a terrible year. I don't like that trade back, and that everyone was saying is for good karma. I know he's kind of on the situation of Chuck. He has some really good regular season, and sometimes just does awful. I love the guy. I really don't want to hate on him, but I think he has a bad year. Let's see. Chuck, I think he's going to finish in last. Well, he's definitely finishing in 10th, 11th, or 12th. I hate it again. Love the guy. I I don't really know if that's bold because I think he's one of the favorites for last, but Alan, we solidified it, listening to him in the previous podcast. He just doesn't care.
It's true.
Yep.
Even when he has good teams, I don't really believe his team. When he has a good record, I don't really think his team's ever really good. I think we proved that when the fraud squad was implemented 3 or 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I don't really know how bold those two were, but those are kind of my predictions.
I think Graham is pretty bold. Doesn't he have like a lifetime winning record?
He does have a winning percentage, like 53% maybe. So
Like what, one of 5 people that have positive?
yeah, there's only 5 people in the league that have positive records.
He's definitely been top 3 in regular season. I don't count the split bullshit. I don't really even know what that is. Excuse me, I don't care. But he's like been top 3 a couple times, but he's also been towards the bottom a couple times. I think it's a year towards the bottom. And I don't like the omen of that he gave a trade back to Carl. I just think that I'm reversing the whole reasoning that he's going to now be in the God's favor. No, I think he's not a bad year. Yeah. Austin gets his first playoff win. I had that written down with a question mark. I'm not fully committed to being able to say that yet. That would be really bold because we haven't seen it in 5 years. But,
yeah, it's bold.
I'm not going to commit to that with any sort of authority, but it was a thought that crept in my head. I could see a first playoff win from Austin, but I can also easily see him fighting at the bottom with Graham and Chuck. Oh, bold. I think Colton does pretty good.
Wow.
I think that's pretty bold. I think
that is extremely bold.
He over exaggerates when he speaks.
So he does know more than 10 players?
Yeah, he definitely knows more than
10 players. Gaslighting ass motherfucker.
He's a quality fantasy manager most of the time. So I think that'll translate. He's not going to like outmanage us on a regular basis or most of the league. So that part wasn't accurate of what he said. But he's a quality fantasy manager. Basketball, he used to be really good. He's been shitty. Now he's back to being he's had an okay year this year. Football, he's usually pretty good. So I think he has a pretty solid year. I'm not sure about playoffs, but I think he could teeter-totter on fighting for a spot. And I did want to say one thing. Brock, whenever in his interview, for some reason, he's like was screaming that Garrett Cole had his like worst year of his like 5 or 6 last year. We went back and looked at the stats. I mean, it was actually, I think he led the league in multiple categories.
I think the only thing he was down in was strikeouts.
Yeah, I think he was down a little in strikeouts.
It's bad luck, Brock. That's what all it was, really.
Yeah, I was confused.
But he did that. He claimed. I mean, Garrett Cole says he did that on purpose. He wasn't trying to strike out as many people as he was trying to get the outs in general.
Yeah, I mean, he had a very low WHIP, very low ERA, good amount of wins. He pitched the most games he pitched in his career, I believe. So, I mean, that was just blatantly incorrect.
Do you want to keep yourself accountable for anything?
Yes, I do. I'm not going to say the exact same thing as last year. I'll even up it a little bit more. So not only will I make the play if I don't finish in the top 6, so I'm just going one extra spot from on top of the playoffs. If I don't finish top 6, I will for the other playoff members again. So that part's going to be the same, just like how.
Does that include 7?
Yes, it'll include the 7. It includes the 7th person. So I have to finish top 6, and if I don't, then for the other playoff members, I will place a $20 bet for them on whatever they want. So actually, I'm going to place a $40 bet. It's going to be 20 for them and 20 for me. So hopefully, I get a little bit of good repercussions if this was to happen. You can do a crazy parlay, and then obviously if your $20 portion hits, you keep all the profits, obviously.
Do you keep the 20 that you wagered as well? You better decide that now before.
That's a great question. I didn't word it like that. If it's a straight bet, yes. If it's a parlay, no.
Okay. I like that.
Interesting. I like that. That's very unique.
So everyone, I mean, that's like 100 and what? I use a calculator all day. $40.
It'd be 140 bucks. Yeah.
No, it's
280
six members, six playoffs after year 1, 7. So yeah, 120.
No,
this is if I don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, this is if he doesn't make the playoffs.
Or actually, this
true.
is if I don't finish.
This is if he don't finish top 6. So it'd be 140. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
I like that.
Never mind. All right.
So it'll be 280 down because I'm matching all of them also.
Well, yeah, it's true. Yeah, you'd be doubling it.
So that's if I don't finish.
So we could theoretically, all the playoff teams could pick like the worst like odds ever just for you to lose $20 on purpose. Theoretically.
That's why it could be kind of funny, but I figured like, okay, you probably wouldn't win the free money maybe.
Yeah, you wouldn't win the free money.
But
you could just be like, you could just put all your money on Louisville and then you just lose out on $280.
God.
And actually, I'll add to this too.
Don't let Coach fucking get the playoffs.
And I will buy also all the playoff members a round of golf of my choosing.
Wow.
Nice.
Now he's getting serious.
Wow.
I'm so confident I'm going to be top 6.
Okay. That's a lot of money now. Up for grabs.
Some could say that's a bold prediction.
So the bets is just whatever you all want. Now the golf is obviously be at my discretion. We're not fucking going to.
We're going to Shawnee every time.
No, we're not going to do that. Maybe Seneca.
So no cherry run
then. I'll buy the golf, but then you'll have to supply the beer.
That's easy for me. Love that. All right, that's good. I can't even do the math on that, but that's a lot of money that you're putting out there. So
he's got confidence spewing.
I'm confident. I'm really disappointed in myself that number one, I came in 9th, and 2, that I'm doing the podcast this early.
That's at least $350 in golf. If you do $50 a round, plus the other 280, yeah. All right.
I hold myself to a high standard and expect to be towards the top every year.
Who's next for the podcast? Carlin? I can't wait for him to do something stupid. He probably won't even do it. He probably won't even join the podcast, but
he'll probably just be freaking cut and dry, and it's like boring.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. Well.
Also, I might quit the league though if I don't make the playoffs. So.
And not pay or anything. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, Nick, I appreciate you joining us. Sorry you had to join us so early in the series.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year that's a little different for you.
I appreciate that.
Harley, I appreciate you co-hosting with me.
Sure.
Sincerely appreciate it. You've taken a load off of me. And look forward to the next one. I think Carlin is indeed next, and yeah, it's been real fun. Oh, what's the saying? It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun.
Yes, sir.
Glad that Chuck wasn't on here.
I've got one piece of advice, one last thing to say. It's not fun going this early, so my piece of advice is to do better so you can be one of the last couple ones. Like I called out Brock for a little tomfoolery. Colton said something dumb, but like I want to call out everyone, and you're unable to do that when you come at 9th. So do better.
Facts.
It's a message to myself.
All right.
Love it.
Love to hear it. All right.
Nick, safe travels this weekend.
Appreciate it.
Peace and blessings, everybody.
Sir.
Her body like the Wild Wild West. What if you done found out, yeah? Riding in the big guy.
My AirPods.
She's all in front of.
We kept keeping.
It's a hell of a time.